Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, and specifically, we are going to be addressing the much bigger warning that everyone should be paying attention to, and that is the big finale from the World Economic Forum. The World Economic Forum is much larger than anyone can even imagine. I'm sure that a lot of you are all aware of how large they are. Most people don't even know about the World Economic Forum. Most people don't even know who they are, what they are, and who is a part of them. But as we look at the World Economic Forum, in crypto, we've been focused on what they are doing because everything that they have been focused on is leading us to these smart cities, these digital cities, everything that's being digitized, tokenized, the Internet of Things, the Internet of Value, DLT technology, blockchain technology. Like it is preparing us for the last step, the new world order. Now, I don't necessarily believe that crypto itself was created to benefit what the World Economic Forum wants to do, but they will utilize and source the potential and power of crypto for their benefit. And what do I mean by that? Well, mainly CBDCs. Right? We've been talking about CBDCs, digital IDs, things like that. They want these things to be a key aspect of every single day life because it allows them to control our everyday life. Now, this post here, this article here, there's many like this. In fact, if you actually go to the platform section on the World Economic Forum's website, you could see their centers and platforms. So here's cybersecurity, nature and climate. There's so many centers on here that you could go and look at. Like, for example, shaping the future of digital economy and new value creation. Like, they are already preparing us for the shaping of the future of financial and monetary systems. This is the evolution of everything. And all of this is a part of one big picture. Can you imagine what that is? The fourth industrial revolution. This has been one of the biggest focus points on my channel personally because I don't think people realize how big of an issue this is. Around crypto, everyone is so quick to want to sell their crypto right into the US dollar, right into fiat currencies. But I ask you, do you honestly believe that fiat currencies will be around in the next, we'll say, decade? And I want to hear your guys' opinion on that. Like, do you honestly think that fiat currencies are going to survive this financial reset that we're essentially in? And do you think that they will be around in a decade from now? Comment down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Because there's a big plan from the elites to get rid of fiat currencies in general. They want CBDCs. They want a full on digital economy. They don't want to have anything tied to fiat because guess what? In their mind, it's not sustainable. Even if you go back over to this section here and you go to nature and climate and all of these things, everything that you see is centered on sustainability. And this is with some of the largest names out there. This is their motive. Sustainable economy. That's what they want. A full-on sustainable economy. This is why we hear about the 15-minute cities and we need to change this, we need to change that. We need, net zero. That's all they care about, right? Now, we have invested in to the elite play because hey, why not make money off of their agendas? But the fourth industrial revolution is one that we've been very interested in because this is much larger than what anyone can anticipate. This is their idea of a technological shift merging our physical, digital, and biological worlds into one. And see, this is crazy to me because this is so much bigger than the digital economy, the Internet of Things, the Internet of Value. No, they want to actually have implantable technology. They want to implant technology into our bodies. They want to merge the digital and the physical worlds together. But then also, they want to merge biological worlds. What the World Economic Forum has planned for us is much more sinister than you could ever imagine. And we need to pay attention to what they have planned for us. Now, they're already focused on a few key aspects of our life. Remember, sustainability is the big thing. So guess who they are targeting right now? Farmers. We see here, stop the power grab, attack on the Dutch farmers. And yes, this is happening right now. In fact, you could see this happening in a few videos that were posted recently talking about farmers being attacked. Like, this is a big deal because they are attacking the food source at its center point. And who are they blaming on this? Well, they're blaming war. This is how war in Europe is disrupting fertilizer supplies and threatening global food security. March 1st, 2023. This is from the World Economic Forum. The war in Ukraine has led to shortages of essential crop fertilizers. Sanctions and war-related insurance worries have slowed deliveries to a trickle. The disruption threatens the food security of the world's most vulnerable people. Like, this is this is real. This is what's happening right now, and they are blaming this on the war. It's not the fact that they're targeting farmers because of sustainability concerns. They've been targeting farmers for a very long time, way before the attack on the Ukraine. And we even do see down here that fertilizer exports have been hampered by the exclusion of Russian banks from this global SWIFT payment system, coupled with the reluctance of insurers to cover shipments in a war zone. At the same time, export routes across the EU have been closed. They caused this. They're even talking about how fertilizer prices skyrocketed because of this. Definitely not because of inflation. That was caused by massive money printing. Like, every single issue that we are seeing today was not caused by the war in the Ukraine. That happened in February of 2022. No. All of this is the repercussions of, you could argue, 2008 still, or you could argue 2020, which was, again, an elite plan. Now, we also do see over here, Klaus Schwab warns you about the global cyber attack. Open your ears and eyes, because this will knock on your door very soon. Now, this got posted back on February 14th, but this is actually an older, this is a very old video. It's from like 2020. They posted this back in 2020, preparing us for the next step. Listen closely to what's being said in this video.
Insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
And they even compare this to COVID, and they're even saying COVID, it would be a much smaller disruption compared to this. And you actually look on their website and you go to cybersecurity, they constantly warn us about this. Okay, and this has been a thing of focus for a very long time, and we do see cyber attacks here and there. We even do see them talking about it here. But in my opinion, they're already preparing us for this, which means that this is going to be something that they have planned, and it will happen, and it's going to disrupt everything. Every single thing. And this is also why they focus on why CBDCs should be able to transact and be utilized offline. Now, we also do see over here, they call us conspiracy theorists. We're talking about the New World Order and the Great Reset. Politicians across the globe are openly talking about the New World Order, and Klaus Schwab wrote a book on the Great Reset. Conditioning has blinded people from actual reality. And yes, again, most people will say, oh, it's just conspiracy theories. Like, go over to the World Economic Forum's website. Everything that they have been talking about, discussing, and planning, we have seen almost all of it. There's a video from 2015 or 2016, either one of those, of Klaus Schwab talking about a pandemic and how it will disrupt everyday life. And guess what? We've seen it. A mere 5 or 4 years later, the elites are playing a big show for everyone to watch, for everyone to be distracted, for everyone to be a part of. And this is all leading up to one big finale. We even do see over here, Paris, widespread riots in the streets tonight, barricades and fires set all over the city. This is happening right now in Paris. This is absolutely insane. And again, this will happen in every major city. Every major city. It's not just outside of the US either. This will soon spread into the US. And think about it. All of this and what we are seeing today has all been pre-planned. Just like what we are seeing right now in the US around the banking crisis. And I ask you, right? What are people going to do when they can't get their money out of a bank? What are people going to do when their money in a bank account completely disappears? The banks are not safe. The banks are also playing against us. We do see here, Justin, the U.S. explores measures to guarantee all bank deposits if crisis grows. They're already preparing us for a massive bank run, a much larger bank run than anyone can anticipate. Again, I've talked about 2008. This is much worse. We have a lot more over-leveraged banks now with a lot higher amounts of money than anyone could have ever guessed. The FDIC carrying like $180 billion in reserves. That's not going to cut it. No. When this bank run started with SVB, it spread so quick. And now we are seeing more and more banks piling up. And I've said it, because now we have the FOMC. If we see a rate hike increase from the Fed, we could see a systemic collapse of the banking sector. 186 banks have the same problem that SVB had. So they are over leveraged. What do you think is going to happen next? Are people prepared for what's happening next? I highly doubt it. We need to open our eyes to the bigger picture here. This is all preparing us for the next step. And I've seen this video get posted over on Twitter as well. We do see bad policies can turn your worst enemies into friends, right? And we do see China plus Russia plus Iran plus Saudi Arabia equals New World Order 2.0. And yes, I mean, I do believe that we are getting prepared for this. And if you actually look at this video, so I'll just mute it. But if you want to look at the actual text on the bottom, it says, "Dear President Putin, I've always called you my dear friend. I'm very pleased at your invitation to visit Russia again on a state visit, especially right after my next re-election." And then on the next portion of this video, we do see, as President of the People's Republic of China, and I chose Russia as the first country of my foreign visit. You have just remembered that exactly 10 years ago, on the next part here, when I first became President of the People's Republic of China, I also chose Russia as the first country for my foreign visit. Russia and China are working closely together. And again, the Brics are expanding rapidly. I just made a video about this. I've been talking about this since the sanctions on Russia back in March of 2022, because that was the fuel that lit the fire to accelerate the push on the Brics to get away from the US dollar. All of this has been planned. The US dollar and the US economy is collapsing right now, and it's only going to get worse. And what's going to happen next? Well, let's go back to June of last year. Listen closely to this video.
Looking forward, rapid changes are taking place in the global monetary system that may affect the international role of the dollar in the future. Most major economies already have or are in the process of developing instant 24/7 payments. Our own FedNow service will be coming online in 2023. And in light of the tremendous growth in crypto assets and stablecoins, we are examining whether a U.S. central bank digital currency would improve upon what is an already safe and efficient domestic payment system. As our white paper on this topic notes, a U.S. CBDC could also potentially help maintain the dollar's international standing.
So as we do see the US dollar being questioned as a reserve currency by the Brics expanding rapidly, what do you think the next step is here? What's going to be a US dollar? Digital. A digital US dollar. Rapid changes are taking place in the global monetary system that may affect the international role of the dollar. The US CBDC is being examined to help the US dollar's international standing. And all of this is moving extremely fast. March 9th of this year, successful testing paves way for CBDC use cross-border with SWIFT, a dollar-dominated payment network connecting 11,000 institutions. CBDCs are rising. It's only a matter of time until these continue to spread rapidly and soon come to a city near you. I want you all to make sure that we are resisting this. Recently, we've seen a couple major updates around this fact. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis calls to ban central bank digital currencies. I 100% agree on this. And we see Dave down here talking about CBDCs and how they are a major threat to individual freedom. It would create a programmable, fully traceable currency controlled by the executive branch with the ability to lock anyone out of the financial system and force punitive rates on activities they don't like, etc. Yes, we need to fight back. But just in case, we also need to make sure that we are putting our money good use and investing into intricate parts of this new system. Now, I'm not saying that there's any specific asset that is tied to this new system. I'm just saying that when you go to the World Economic Forum's website and you do see their partners and you see Ripple being one of them, and we know that Ripple's leveraging XRP for an example, it won't hurt. Be a part of it. Just saying. Because it's questionable on where we are going to head to next. But if you can't beat them, you might as well should join them and get rich off of it. And a lot of people ask me, well, where are you going to put your money? If I make extreme wealth, I will sell portions and I will invest into gold. I will hold gold, silver, or if you think about it, 1 XRP equals 1 XRP. See a lot of people putting crazy valuations on XRP all the time. 1 XRP equals 1 XRP. That's the truth. 1 Bitcoin, for an example, equals 1 Bitcoin. And they constantly do find gold. They just found gold the other day. There will never be more UNT, XRP, etc. So, I always take this with a grain of salt because when we look at crypto, when we look at DLT technology, we know the World Economic Forum sees a big future for DLT and blockchain, which again is why I personally am a part of this market. I see such incredible growth around this market. The elites also see it. And the elites are not going to miss out on it. This got posted back on May 6th, 2021. You look at this and they talk about trusted, shareable data, tokenization, smart contracts. They see the value added by DLT. They see the value behind this technology. And you even see some of these projects that are tied to like the DTCC, which is moving quadrillions of dollars per year. This is no joke. We are seeing the evolution of everyday life. We are seeing the evolution of our entire financial system. It is only a matter of time until we start to see crypto being utilized and leveraged by every single individual in the world without them even realizing it. CBDCs, as crazy as they are, they could essentially be the key to mass adoption. And I'm not saying that I support CBDCs at all. In fact, like I said, I think that we should fight them as much as possible. For example, this got posted on March 20th. Politicians are quietly preparing for a digital dollar. It's not good for your freedom. And no, it's not. We actually did see here legislation is being pushed in all 50 states to ease implementation of a digital dollar. They're trying to prepare us for it. Again, I do think that a CBDC will essentially achieve mass adoption, but there's better ways to it. But I'm prepared for either scenario. I'm prepared for anything that happens. Like I said, companies tied to the World Economic Forum, they are probably going to be the big players in the new system. And here's a video from the World Economic Forum going back to September 9th of 2021. Guess who's also in this video? Danielle Dixon. Here's Brad Garlinghouse. And you can see that this has many other major players tied to it as well. Balanced cryptocurrency regulation, an industry regulator discussion, World Economic Forum. Again, I'm investing into the intricate parts, the intricate companies and processes that I do believe that will be a systemic piece of the puzzle. But with all of that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Guys, definitely leave a like, subscribe to notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. This is up to you all. Have a beautiful day or a beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this. Before this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.